7, 6, 4.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the January 23rd, 2025 regular meeting of the City of Moraine Council to order at 6 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Doherty?
Here.
Ms. Marcus? Mr. Burchett? Mrs. Witt?
Here.
Mayor Murphy?
Here.
I'd
And
like
now
to
if
make a
every,
motion-
oh, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Ms. Marcus and Mr. Burchett from this meeting tonight.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller?
Here. Or yes.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Now if everyone stand with me and we can say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor, if I could interrupt for a second, I would like to request that resolution number 8123-25, appointing Karen Powell to the position of Clerk of Council, be moved up to the agenda so that it can be voted on now, and the oath of office administered, assuming the resolution is approved. So I would just need a motion and a vote for that.
I'll make a motion that we add the resolution per the law director.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Doherty?
Yes.
Mrs. Witt?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mayor Murphy?
Yes.
And then, do you want to do the oath back here? Or up there? Up here? I, Karen Powell, solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution and will obey the laws of the United States and of the state of Ohio, that I will in all respects observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances of the City of Moraine, and will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Clerk of Council.
Council has copies of the January 9th, 2025 regular council meeting minutes. Does anyone have any changes or corrections? The minutes are approved as submitted. There are no special presentations. We will go into reports. Finance Committee, anything to report?
No report. Thank you.
Finance, Acting Finance Director, anything to report?
Hi, yes, there was a late submission, so I've teased Karen this week that I've been a training tool for her. I have had issues with attaching stuff to the agenda, so you may or may not see. On the agenda, there is a press release that's going to come out. The Finance Department in the City of Moraine has received the GFOA Award of Excellence for the financial statements for 2023. So this, I wanted to inform council that this is the 38th year in a row that the Finance Department in the City of Moraine has received this award. It's a point of pride with the award, and I want to make sure that I appreciate my staff. They really work hard, and the other employees of the City of Moraine, they really go out of their way to make sure that they do everything that they need to do following the rules and regulations. So I just wanted to make sure that you were aware.
Thank you. Very good.
Great.
And that's all I have.
Okay. Committee of the Whole, anything to report? That would be Dave.
I'm sorry, I was writing something here.
We had a committee of the whole meeting at our last regular meeting, and we will have one tonight following the completion of this meeting. Thank you.
City manager, anything to report?
Mayor, I have nothing beyond the written report unless there are questions.
Law director, anything to report?
Thank you, Mayor. I have 4 requests this evening to add legislation to the agenda. The first is a request to add Resolution 8122-25 to the agenda, which is a resolution approving the Montgomery County Natural Hazard Mitigation Plan. I believe the city manager, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, indicated this, the county requested this be provided to them before the end of January, which is why we're requesting it be added to this agenda.
That is correct. Thank you.
I'll make a motion, we add Resolution 8122-25 to tonight's agenda.
You've heard the motion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. The next resolution is Resolution 8124-25. That was a resolution to repeal a prior resolution from the prior meeting of council earlier this month. It deals with the preliminary legislation for ODOT to conduct some resurfacing. There was some language the city engineer requested that we revise from the previous resolution, so we revised that language. It doesn't change the material substance of it, but we needed to change some language in that, and we've done that. So we're requesting this be added to repeal that prior legislation and adopt this legislation instead.
I make a motion that resolution 8124-25 be added to the agenda as per the law director's request.
You've heard the motion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Wood,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen.
Yes.
Thank you. The next is Resolution 8125-25, which is a resolution authorizing the engagement of McMahon DeGaulis LLP as special legal counsel to provide assistance to the city with respect to environmental matters, specifically negotiation of a site access agreement.
I'll make a motion that we add Resolution 8125-25 to the meeting tonight for the law director. Roll call.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor. The last resolution is 8126-25, authorizing travel for the mayor.
Make a motion to adopt or to add Resolution 8126-25 to tonight's agenda as per the law director's request.
You've heard the motion. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt,
I have a question. I thought we did that at the last meeting in December.
We did,
For the
but this
specified-
is to go to New York, and that doesn't fall under them guidelines as far as I know.
Oh, it did.
I thought it did too.
It's because the resolution passed in December identified specific events, and this event was not included on standing. And because it's an overnight stay, it requires resolution versus vote.
Okay, but I thought it included all travel.
Did I get that right?
Correct, yeah. The way the MCO reads, it's 121.04, is that the council adopts a resolution before the end of the year authorizing travel for the next year. This one was not specified in that resolution, so what it says is basically, since it's overnight travel, it has to be approved by a separate resolution of council.
Okay.
You've heard the motion. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Wood,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. And the only thing I have to report is, we would like to recognize Carl Suk Omel, who has been with the Miami Valley Communications Council since 1994. He is a certified drone pilot and has helped create awesome images from the sky for the city of Moraine. Carl will be retiring from MVCC at the end of the month, and he will be missed, and we wish him the best of luck. Just wanted to add that. Now we will go into business at this time.
Okay. Resolution 812025, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Montgomery County Microfilming Board for services and supplies for 2025.
This agreement with Montgomery County is a housekeeping item and one the city enters into annually. Montgomery County provides microfilming services for the police department and records storage for the city. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Are there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
812125, a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept the proposal of Tim Lawley Chevrolet Incorporated for the purchase of 2 Chevy Tahoe motor vehicles at state bid pricing for use by the police division in the amount of $98,244.
This purchase is for 2 Chevy Tahoes at $98,244, and this is a 2025 budgeted item. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Eighty-one 25 a resolution approving the Montgomery County Natural Hazard Mitigation Plan.
This legislation endorses and adopts the Montgomery County Natural Hazard Mitigation Plan as the Stafford Act mandates that local governments must have a disaster mitigation plan on file with the state to receive funding in case of disaster. Motion to approve?
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
8124-25, a resolution to repeal resolution number 8101-25, adopted on January 9th, 2025, and replace said resolution number 8101-25 with the current resolution number 8124-25, authorizing the Ohio Department of Transportation to undertake resurfacing of specified roadway within the city of Moraine and known as the MOT 741-8.38 resurfacing project, PID number 111539.
Some information in the original resolution was inaccurate, and this legislation will replace that legislation approved in the last council meeting. I'll make a motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
Resolution 8125-25, a resolution approving the engagement of McMahon DeGulis LLP as special legal counsel to provide legal services to the city in connection with environmental matters.
The city's previous environmental attorney, Chris Walker, has retired, and this legislation authorizes the city to contract attorney Lee Stone to assist the city with a site access agreement in right-of-way matters. Motion to approve.
You've heard the motion. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
Yes.
And 8126-25 is a resolution authorizing specified travel for the mayor.
This will allow the mayor to attend the 20th anniversary gala in New York. Motion to approve?
You've heard the motion. Is there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Doherty,
Yes.
Mrs. Witt,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mayor Murphy.
I abstain.
Oh, come on.
Okay, we are done with that. We have no people appearing before council. Now, if any staff has anything to report, can you please?
Did we ever vote to hire the new clerk? I didn't remember voting.
That's what we did at the first of the meeting? Yeah.
That was the vote.
You took a vote, correct? Yeah.
Yeah,
I was confused too.
Okay. Okay, if any staff has anything to report, you can come up to the podium. Oh,
Hey, I just want to take the second to tell you guys how much I appreciate your support and the opportunity for my new role for the city of Moraine. So, thank you guys.
Congratulations,
Thank
Rocky.
you, Rocky.
congratulations.
Is that it?
I see
Chris,
Brent
that
pop
Chris-
his head up.
Chris had Christmas the last time, he's not gonna come up. He's afraid to.
Okay, so, well, nobody else.
That was easy.
Okay, city manager, anything further to report?
I have nothing else, Mayor. Thank you.
Law director, anything else to report?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Acting finance director, anything further to report?
I have nothing additional, thank you.
Okay, we will go into Ms. Allen. Do you have anything to report?
Nothing to report today, but I do want to congratulate Rocky on his new position.
Ms. Witt?
Yes, also congratulations to Rocky, being named building superintendent. Thank you, Chris, for all, keeping our streets so nice and clean all this time. And thanks to all the employees that went out in the bitter cold to do your job. The fire department was called to my street twice on Tuesday. Car burned, house apparently caught on fire right down the street from me, and I thought, I hope nothing happens to me. I'd hate for them to have to come out a third time. But we do appreciate all the work that you all do, and in the bitter cold, I pray for every one of you, because you need to stay safe. And Karen, welcome, and that's it.
Mr. Miller, anything to report?
Just congratulations to Karen as our new clerk of council. Rocky, congratulations as being our new superintendent of the building maintenance. And also Laura back there, congratulations to you and your
On the-
finance department
yes.
on a great job getting
Yes.
that annual award. That's all I have, thanks.
Mr. Doherty?
Just like to reiterate the congratulations again to Rocky, to Karen, to Laura. We appreciate you guys. We're excited as we move forward to 2025. Also, I am part of the Master Parks Plan Steering Committee. We had a meeting this past Thursday. Things are coming along pretty well. We're excited about the direction that we will be moving over these next 10 years. And I think, Brent, correct me if I'm wrong, April before it's presented to council? So probably around the end of, so we're making some headway. All I have.
Okay. And I, too, would like to congratulate Rocky and Laura and your whole staff. Please let
Yes.
your whole staff
All
know. Karen? Like to have, glad you're here.
Thank you.
And I would also like to say, yes, anyone that has to be out in this cold, I've gone out every morning, and let me tell you, I know you did. And I know how cold it is out there, and, you know, I feel sorry for all of you. I'm glad, you know, I hope you bundle up, hope you take care of yourselves and that, and, you know, this time of the year, hopefully we're over it. I doubt it. But I hope we are for at least a little while, at least to let this melt before we have to deal with it again. And yes, Chris, thank your department for all the work that they've done, all the hard work. And that's all I have to say at this time, and I'd like to thank the Miami Valley Communications Council for broadcasting this meeting tonight, as well as any future rebroadcast at this time. This regular council meeting is adjourned at 6:19.